All right, so I have a couple really interesting looking headphones. You can see this kind of this octagonal shape to it. These are from a brand called Erzetich. They are, I think, Slovenian. They're very close, right next to Italy. This is the Mania model. This is a dynamic driver headphone, and the step-up version is this one, this Erzetich Charybdis. I can't pronounce that, but yeah, step-up model. This one's a planar headphone. So both these headphones, I actually heard of them first time when I went to Shenzhen, and there was this headphone on there. I tried on their system. It sounded quite good, but I couldn't really tell if it's good because the music I was playing was just like the very like audiophile style recording. But now here I'm in Toronto Audiofest and actually hearing it on music that I'm familiar with, such as Billie Jean, and it actually does sound quite good. So the difference with the two here is that this one's definitely a bit more of a, both of them are somewhat colored, but this one's definitely more colored. This has a bit of what I call a bit of a darker tone to it overall. It's not dark, but the tonality, there's something within the timbre that feels a bit darker, especially with the vocals, right? And it's not that there's no treble, because there is some treble splash to it, but there is a bit more chestiness in this headphone, just a bit of a darker tone and feeling to it in its vibe. But I do like the feel of this. It's like let's say this is a dynamic driver headphone, but it doesn't feel like, you know, typical dynamic driver where you have like a ton of like a lot of that decay in the bass notes. This one does roll quite a bit, and there's that punchiness and slam to the bass notes. The mid-range and treble, like I said, is colored, so don't expect something neutral. It's something you'll want to basically try first before you buy, I think. But yeah, I didn't think this was too bad at all. It surprised me because I hadn't heard this brand before. The other one was their step-up model, more their flagship sort of thing. This one's the planar dynamic. The sound of this is what I call a very rolling headphone, where especially if you listen to like kind of rocky, poppy tracks, every note kind of rolls into the next, You get a lot of punch, you get a lot of energy, but not the deep sub-bass rumble that, you know, some close backs are known for. These are, of course, open back headphones. I did find that the soundstage is a bit smaller than I necessarily expected, but I guess that's in comparison to things like the Hi-Fi Man, where it's very open. This is definitely not as open of a headphone, but it is, you know, it's fair. I think the imaging on this is quite good. I wouldn't go quite as far as holographic, but the staging is quite nice on this headphone. It is quite heavy though, like I have it on my head, but the clamp force is good. The pads are really nice and thick, so it just feels nice. Yeah, pretty cool from Slovenia. I always like showing off headphones from all over the world.